Welcome, everyone. We're glad you guys are with us. Brawley, California. We have a slight, beautiful west wind, about 10 to 12 miles an hour. Might be in the 90s right now, mid-90s, but to us it is beautiful right down here. Ron, interesting matchup night tonight. As we mentioned earlier, we got the Brawley Wildcats in Division 3. Now, in that division, though, Central Spartans are the only team right now in Division 2. Now, right now, Brawley is ranked number 9th, Ron. Right below them at number 10, you have Imperial. And, of course, you have that powerhouse at number 1, Modern Day. But interesting, the reason I bring this fact up, Santa Fe being number 3, those are the 4 teams that all have something in common because Santa Fe just finished playing Southwestern. Of course, it was a lopsided type of game. But they will get a feel when Brawley plays Southwest on that. So, with that said, Brawley has to continue something that they did last week, Ron, and tell the people what that is.
Well, Brawley kind of built up momentum last week versus Cibola Raiders, and now they're on like we said, they're trying to get traction, trying to get that momentum, and momentum is day by day, week to week, game by game, and snap by snap. So the Wildcats right now, as they're walking out, the captains for tonight will be Ethan Gutierrez, number 13, and Isaiah Young. So back to the Wildcats. The Wildcats just looking to get traction. They're playing a schedule. This is their 5th game. They're 2-2 right now. They want to walk out of here 3-2. As for the matchup that they have tonight, kind of opposite ends on the matchup because why? Wildcats are on their 5th game. Gila Ridge Hawks are barely playing their 2nd game.
Yes.
And so that being said, so last week Gila Ridge lost to Glendale Cardinals. It was 28-7 ball game, and it was a first, and they played like it was their first ball game. All the points that they were able to muster up was a kickoff return, 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. They were inside the 20-yard line 3 times. 3 times. On the first time they were down at the 20-yard line, they threw an interception at the 1 yard. They were at the 5-yard line. They throw a pick at the 1. No points. Second time they're inside the 20, they attempt a 25-yard field goal from the 15. They get it blocked. And on the third attempt, they forced turnover on downs, 4 yards. They were 5 yards from the end zone. They couldn't get it in. So maybe this week, maybe against the Wildcats, they had a good practice week, and maybe now they're knocking on the door in the red zone. Can they push it in? So that's what they're hoping for. On defense, they were a little bit sloppy, missed tackles. And like I said, the reason I'm bringing this up is why? The Wildcats have 4 games under their belt compared to 1.
Yes.
So that's a big difference, man. If you're just scrimmaging and get your own team, it's a big difference when you're coming up against an opponent like the Wildcats, who are hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry and wanting to roll.
2 things out there going on right now. Gila Ridge did win the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. And speaking about the Gila Ridge Hawks, they are led by this is their first year. They are led by head coach Jessica Slaughter. Now, there's something about Coach Slaughter here. First, of course, she's a female, and I will get back in. I will get back into this right after our Star Spangled Banner here. I'll get into Coach Jessica because she is one of 3 female head coaches in the Arizona area that that are head coaching in somewhere in Arizona. So and granted, she didn't get it because of her gender.
That's right.
When I went up there and I talked to her, Ronnie, I go, Jessica, you might not remember. Actually, I said Coach, not Jessica. I go, Coach, you might not remember. We had a good conversation at Southwest. You were an assistant coach, and of course, the coaches always say, "Yeah, I remember." And I go, "Yeah, right." Like, most of the coaches don't want to.
She was an offensive line coach, I heard.
Yeah, she was the line coach down there, and she was also an assistant coach for Gila Ridge these last 4 seasons. So it's not one of those positions that was given to her because of gender. She is just a damn good earned. She earned that position. Good for her. Proud of her. Good to see that. And as we get ready to kick off right now, we're going to talk about the head coach, Mr. John Self, in his 11th season as the head coach. Ron, give us a little heads up on Coach John Self.
Well, John Self is just doing things as he always does. Hard, disciplined coach, keeping things basic and straightforward. He knows that we started out 0-2, right? Started out 0-2, and against Modern Day, the Modern Day game kind of set the tone for the season, I think. because you kind of measured up to the best right now, what the
Right.
best. And so in a way, that was a blessing in disguise, I think. That way you can say, okay, that's where we were. We did. It's not a failure what we did, what the Wildcats did against them. Just you measured up to them. Now they know where they have to be, and I think week to week they're starting to get there. So set to kick will be number 21, Michael Gallas. Gallas is also a defensive back and running back. Deep to receive for the Wildcats will be number 6, Daniel Camilo, and freshman number 4, Brandon Porras. And it looks like it's going to be Camilo. Camilo touched it, and he's going to bounce into the end zone. Wildcats will start their first drive at the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to his left. Gutierrez looking. He has time. He's going to run. He's at the 30. He has enough for a first down and points that ball out, and he will be marked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So a gain of basically 17 yards for Gutierrez for a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Here we go, 4th and goal. Oh, and a mix-up in the backfield. A fumble. A fumble and recovered by the Hawks. I'm not sure what number recovered it. Number 55 is running with his helmet off. That is Aaron Duarte. But that was all confusion in the backfield by the Wildcats.
Yes.
They had Camilo coming on a sweep. They had Young going for a dive. Needless to say, turnover fumble for the Wildcats. And the Hawks start at the 49-yard line of the Wildcats. For the first pass attempt again. That's going to be a pick. And Isaiah Young, now is that a pick and a fumble, Will? Is that a pick and a fumble?
Well, regardless, it's still a live ball. So whether it touched the ground or not, he had to me, in my opinion,
he had possession.
Okay.
Okay.
He made a couple of steps, and I couldn't see because I had a white jersey in front of me. But regardless, it would have been a live ball, whether he picked it up or not, or it touched the ground, and then he runs it in. And we have an injured player out on the field right now, but that will be 6 points on the Oski pick for number 23, Isaiah Young.
So a pick six, played it well. The ball was, may have, I'm not going to say got caught up in the air because the wind is blowing from the west. The ball did hang up a little bit. Isaiah Young was there. Enough for a Brawley Wildcat. The first score of the game is a defensive score. And let me tell you something. If you could get a touchdown by your defense, if you could get a touchdown by special teams, man, that is such a relief for the offense because you're getting points from another source other than your offense. Tight formation for the Wildcats. We'll say double wing. Single back is Carranza. The give is to number 24. That's Tweety Corrales. Corrales trying to go around. Corrales is in for a touchdown. Oh, yes. Tweety Corrales with a touchdown. I'll say that's the first one of his varsity career. Nice run. Good hard run on the jet sweep. Gilbert, Tweety Corrales, touchdown Wildcats. 2:16 remaining.
Just a great evening Friday night. Take it away, play-by-play, Ron Rubio.
Michael Gallas set to kick. It's a high snap, and it goes through his hands. Gallas is going to have to run for it, and he's going to be brought down by the Wildcats all the way down at the 18-yard. Wildcats will take over. Looked like Alan Carrillo was on top of that. So was Chris Camilo. And these are the things that happened last week against Glendale. Bad snaps, whether they're high or low, a bad snap is a bad snap, and you can ill afford to do that when you're playing quality opponents. Now the Wildcats have a short field, 18-yard line. Puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the Wildcat offense that's been moving the ball. Now you only have 18 yards to defend. But give it to Carranza. Carranza's going to weave his way through. Touchdown, Carranza. Happy for Tyler Carranza. Touchdown for the Wildcats. 10:49 remaining in the first quarter. We now have the Wildcats 20, Gila Ridge Hawks 0. We have 2 receivers to the left. That's the wide side of Gutierrez. Are they going to throw? You have Tyler Carranza back there. They give us to Carranza. No, it's not. He pulls it. It could have pulled it, and Gutierrez is going to take it in. It could have gone either way. He could have given it, and he pulled it. Manjarez. The snap is, he's looking. He tosses. It's caught. That's Noriega. So Noriega able to come down with the catch, and that's the first. I'm going to say, we have
so the
plenty
penalty
of flags.
Yeah, so look, one of the flags is going to be on number 53. Look where he's at right now, Ron.
Illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield now.
Too bad.
Decline.
Wait, it was against the Wildcats.
That was pass interference.
Huh. So, needless to say, the Best offensive play for the Hawks tonight. Puts it at the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. 7:43 remaining. Now 7:40 remaining in the second quarter. I'm sorry. Here we go. Doubles on both sides. 4th and 9. And he was trying to do a quarterback sneak. Brought down by Platt. Brought down by Alan Carrillo. So the Wildcats on turnover of downs will take over at their 40-yard line. Again, great field position. Isaiah Young moving over to the right of Gutierrez. Looks like it's a pass. Gutierrez throws. He's wide open. And that's Porras. Porras. Is he going to make it in the end zone or will he be caught? He's caught by number 32. Brought down by number 32, Gabriel Schultz. Now that's a freshman for you, man. You got to go.
Ron,
you got to go.
You are going to have to talk to him, Ron. If you're going to turn around to see where somebody's at,
you better run.
You better run and not even look back.
Turning your neck like that, I'm going to tell you as a track coach, turning your neck like that,
it's going to lose you a step.
It hampers your stride.
Yeah.
He'll learn. Good catch, good throw. Wildcats now at the 11-yard line.
And once again, it happened with a turnover on downs.
Gutierrez is looking to his left. Is he going to run? No, he tosses it to Young. Young, touchdown. Isaiah Young with the second effort, getting his hound down on the ground, propelling himself into the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats, 5:32 remaining. Wildcats 34, Hawks 0. Doubles on both sides. Maharaj. High snap again.
There it is, Ron. That's what we were talking about.
And, you know, that may be the third or fourth time of a bad snap, but sailing over the head, that's has to be corrected. And I'm incorrect. That's number 7. They put in a new quarterback, Richard Bean. Richard Bean's a sophomore. Gutierrez looking. Gutierrez shoots it down.
Oh,
and that is Makai Washington. Washington to the 20. 10, 5. Touchdown, Makai Washington and the Wildcats. Bean's rolling to his right. Being chased by Carrillo. A little bit overthrown and picked off. Is that Isaiah Young's second pick six of the night?
Yeah.
It sure is. Deflection, go for it. Execute it, man. It's there. You know, those are the things that happen off your hands. Touchdown Wildcats.
Right now, we're looking at Dr. Free, but I'm sure every high school has that doctor that's like that.
Bean looking. Bean's throwing for Noriega, and it's caught by Noriega. Noriega all the way to the 42-yard line of the Wildcats. And that's another thing, you know, Bean was inserted in the second quarter. He's coming up, getting a little bit confidence. And each throw he's done, pretty good throws. They're on a rope. They're not little rainbow shots or lollipops.
No, I think Coach Jessica Slaughter, she wants to see this guy improve.
Might as well.
Yeah, she goes, look, maybe this is their quarterback for the future, Ron.
Could be. Bean again looking. Bean again with lots of time. And he's open. Floats it up for Noriega. Did he score? Touchdown, Noriega. Defending on the play was number 3, Gonzalez. But see, this is the thing I was about to mention. Just the way the kid, his body language of the quarterback, when he runs to the sidelines, he came sprinting back to the huddle. Wanting, you know, it seems like dude, if you're
acting like the game's tied up.
You're not dreading going back to that huddle, man. He goes, let's go, let's do it.
I love that. You know,
and that's body language I picked up on, and you know, here we go. So the Hawks get their first touchdown, and this is their first touchdown, offensive touchdown of the year, first one. Bean again looking. Bean has time. Bean throws over the middle, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Hawks. Complete to Benjamin Hendershot. Hendershot, and there it is. You know, the kid's starting to see his rhythm, starting to get a little bit better at his throws. Touchdown, Hawks.
Yeah, but Ron, so now let's just jump ahead a little bit. Now, when he goes to practice, he's going to have that confidence. He's going to have that confidence that a quarterback position needs, Ron.
Sure.
And that's what Coach Jessica Slaughter is going to get out of this from him. So good things are happening for the Gila Ridge Hawks.
Hey, some people will tend to forget, but I know my very first game with VSN, we were at Gila Ridge, and who fell under that situation? Ethan Gutierrez.
Yeah, that's when
Ethan Gutierrez came in the third or fourth quarter. Just start throwing that ball around, got better every play.
Yeah.
And, you know, these are things that can happen. That's the beauty of football. That's the beauty of the sport. The extra point, low again. So nice. That is Chris Camilo bringing down the holder. Samuel Maharaj, the holder. So that with 6:10 remaining and ticking, the Wildcats find themselves ahead 49. Gila Ridge Hawks 13. 35, Bean. Bean's looking to his left. He's going to be rushed. He has time. He's going to toss. Little bit overthrown. Great pass rush by Carranza. Carranza rushing Bean. Bean's running to the sidelines. Does he have time to run to the sidelines and get a play in? I doubt it.
No, I doubt it. But you know he
he's
wants
to try. He's going to try to get in there. 9 seconds. Coach is going to let it run out. So, 4 seconds.
I actually want to see him get it on.
I wanted to see him get another play, and that's going to do it for tonight, Will.
Ron,
thank you,
tonight,
partner.
man. Great evening.
Great way
Saturday night special edition. Joaquin Matus, appreciate it.
Sarah,
Eric,
how about Sarah?
Sarah on the camera. Eric Swain supervising from home down there. And, of course, Jalen taking care of business. Make sure on the retirement party we will have everybody back next week. Beautiful evening tonight. Your thoughts on the game tonight, Ron?
Well, like I said towards the whole second half, this is what was expected of the Wildcats, and where they go from here, we'll see where it takes them to next week. But they're doing all the right things the last few weeks. Let's see if they keep that momentum. We've been saying momentum for the last 3 weeks. Why?
Yes.
Because that's where you should be building up right now. You're already hit the halfway point of the season. You hit it. Where do you stand? So they're fortunate to be, not fortunate. They're 3-2, and that's where they're at. Will 3-2, and facing a Fallbrook football team coming in.
With that said, thank you, everybody. Once again, thank Billy Brewer, the whole high school staff, everybody, for the hospitality they have provided, the room and space to broadcast this game. From Will Torres, Ron Rubio, Joaquin Matus, Sarah Torres, and everyone else, VSN is out. Good night.
Good night.